What's up guys, Cliff here from the Sunday Drive, and today we're going to be showing you how to remove the rear bumper on this 2016 WRX. So welcome back to the channel guys. Today we're going to be removing the rear bumper on this 2016 WRX. We're going to be pulling this out to install a stealth trailer hitch on this car. So if you're interested in knowing how to do that, check out the video at the link above. But today's video is going to focus on the rear bumper. And unlike our front bumper video, there was no catastrophic event that happened to this preempting this video being made. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy it. First, we're going to remove this black trim right here. It's held in by a whole bunch of push pins. So usually I'll take a flathead screwdriver and get them out. You can also use a pry tool like this, but the flathead screwdriver works pretty well. It's a two-part pin, so you pop the top out and separate it from the bottom, and that'll release the clips. There are 3 total. All right. With those pins removed, you're just going to lift straight up on this, and it will come right out. Now we're going to loosen up the pins that hold the side panels in. There are 3 on each side, 1, 2, and 3. So again, just a screwdriver. It's a 2-part connection, just like the other ones. So remove the top, and if the bottom doesn't come out with it, you can pull it out with the trim to get a grip on it, and then pop it out. And we got one more right here. There we go. And do the same on the other side. With those pins removed, your side panels here are going to be loose. Now we're not fully removing this, we're just pushing it out of the way. And that'll give us access to our taillights. To remove the light, you're going to want to first unplug the electrical connection. Just push in the tab on the top and then work that out. Okay, so that's unplugged. Now there is a retaining clip right here that goes on top of one of the screws. So we're just going to take a screwdriver and pop that off like so. And now there are 3 8mm nuts that hold the light in place. These are not tight at all, so just keep that in mind when you go to put this back on. You don't need to kill these. Now you want to make sure that you don't drop these because it will be very difficult to get them again if you do. Now there's a pinch connection up right here where you're gonna have to pinch on both sides and then push this out. But before doing that, I'm gonna kind of loosen the light up a little bit by just pushing it out a little bit. It's gonna have kind of like a seal if you haven't removed it before. It's holding it to the car a little bit. All right, so that's a little bit looser now. And now we have a little bit of wiggle room to work removing this connection right here. All right, so we're gonna push that all the way through, and that's just gonna pull out. Watch your paint. Now there's 2 10mm to remove, one on the left and one on the right side of the bumper. On either fender, there's a push pin connection. Now on these, you actually are gonna push the center in if it cooperates with you. And this one doesn't. Now, a lot of times these break because the center does not want to go in anymore, unfortunately. So I pushed it in as much as I can. It's normally flush, so it might be enough. Now, if you have mud flaps installed right down here, you are going to have another connection to remove. We already removed this, and the mud flap is now loose from the back bumper. Now we have 3 push pins to remove right here on both sides, so I like getting some screwdrivers in there because these can be pretty tight, and you're gonna pop the center pin up like that. I'm just gonna get these all loose to start. I have a very thin screwdriver starting it, and then a thicker one for more leverage once I'm in there. Yeah. Okay. Take a good bit of force, but they're heavier duty than that other pin that just snapped. Okay. With those started, a trim tool like this really helps so you can get a wide grip on it. Because these are really, there's a lot of dirt that gets on them and makes them not really want to work as well as they should. see it's a pretty beefy clip right there that you're pulling out. All right, and then we have 2 more clips right in the center. Underneath the car, behind the rear diffuser, are 2 more of those clips, same style. Pop out the center, and then remove the whole thing. Now to remove the bumper, you ideally want to have 2 people. The first step is going to be to pop each fender out like this. There's a whole bunch of body clips that hold it in place. There's all these clips right here on the bumper that go into this black piece on the car. So you're just gonna pull that out. It can take a little force, it can be scary, there'll be some sounds, but that's how you get it out. With your side released, you're gonna wanna push down on the black plastic here. There's another piece that the bumper's clipped into behind where the taillights were, and just pull the bumper out, all right? Now this last clip usually doesn't wanna pop out right away. So if you take like a pry tool like this, you can lift the bumper up over that clip. If it wants to go eventually, it's pretty snug. For some reason, that last little clip is fighting me. Holding it, Chris, because it might pop. There it goes. All right. All right, so there are some clips here in the center that might fight you a little bit. You can take a trim tool that's like this, if you want, and reach down behind and kind of lift up or pry out on the bumper. But we should be able to pull it off now. There it goes. All right. So that's it, guys. That is how you remove the rear bumper on your WRX. Again, we have a lot of other WRX videos up on the channel. Be sure to check those out. And if you're curious, we're going to be next installing a trailer hitch. So see the link for a description of that video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.